I think a big issue that a lot of us face is deriving a self worth and figuring out ways on how and where to invest our time and effort into things. And the more I live and the more I experience, I think self love is not a statement. I think self love is all about being able to prove yourself that you love yourself, doing a set of actions to prove yourself that, you know, I don't need anybody else, because I have myself. I'm not saying to not care for other people. I'm just saying that you should love yourself so much that everything else becomes an embodiment of it. And the best way to do it is to make time for yourself. I think the one you really got to understand that sometimes when you try to be happy, sometimes people would try to find it with other people. And I think it's good and healthy to understand that sometimes you don't really need other people. All you need is yourself. And it's also not about just doing the happy things, doing the things that you love, but it's also about doing things that you don't like. Now, what I mean by this is doing things, to give yourself accountability. Like, we have a test coming up right now, and I'm doing it because I don't like the feeling of how I'm going to feel afterwards if I don't study, because I know I'm going to fail. And I think other people who value themselves really high. I'm not saying this in a narcissistic way, but I think people like to value other people that know and that are confident in their skills. But we also gotta understand that it doesn't matter. External opinions, what people think, what people feel, it doesn't matter. It is out of our control, and the only thing that we can control is ourselves. Becoming who you want to be. I think if you want to become who you want to be, I think you really got to be in that self space of love. If you don't have that self-esteem, if you don't have that pride, don't have that ego, I don't think you would have enough self-respect to tell yourself that you want to change, because you don't trust yourself, right? You got to be able to be in that space of self-love so you can change, and the best way to do it is do not put limiters, because nothing's putting you limits. You don't got to meditate for 3 months and to be someone. You can meditate for 2 weeks and be someone, and that's the one thing that people really got to understand. And what I like to do is I like to be thankful for every day. I like to be thankful for things, especially in the morning. And this is the one thing I've been trying to practice a lot lately, and I think it's amazing. It really has made an impact of my day-to-day life, because it really puts you in a good mood, and how you see things will just make you feel grateful for the things that you have right now. Next is be authentic. I think you really have to be loving yourself so much, so you shouldn't be caring about what other people think, what other people say, because you just love yourself. If I hear music, I'm gonna dance to it. I'm not embarrassed. I love the music. I'm just enjoying myself. And the next thing that we also gotta understand is that you're the easiest person to fool. Now, what I mean by this is that you could tell yourself that you're horrible at something and be horrible, but you could also convince yourself that you're good at something and be good at it. You're the easiest person to fool. That's why our mind is the most powerful thing to known in mankind, because it's who we are. Our thoughts will become our actions, right? And next is to forgive yourself. I think a mistake that a lot of people do is that, even me, is that sometimes we dwell on our past mistakes. But I think we should be able to be thankful for our mistakes. Be thankful for that to happen, because you are becoming who you're becoming. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you gotta appreciate yourself and what you do. I think, because I used to have this YouTube channel, and the day when I started putting more, appreciation and effort into things that I actually like, I started getting more attraction. I started getting more subscribers, more likes, and more comments, because I was being genuine. I love it. I love what I was doing. So once you start appreciating yourself and appreciating the work that you do, you would start getting the same result too. And next is, don't be too hard on yourself. The one problem that I had before was, like, when I was on self improvement, like, if I don't do this one thing, I would beat myself up to it because, like, if I don't work out today, and if I tell myself I'm gonna work out today, and if I don't, I'm gonna punish myself so much because I'm like, ah, come on, bro, I can't believe this, and it would just put me in unnecessary stress, and I don't need that stress. It's just gonna ruin my self-esteem. That's why we gotta understand we gotta celebrate our small wins. Just like what they say, like if you want to be successful, you gotta have structure. You gotta start off your days with a small win, because that small win is what's gonna make you feel good and make you do more small wins until you won't even realize. But you have this amazing day that are filled with small wins that can accumulate to one big win. If you know what I mean. And don't compare yourself with others. If you love yourself, you shouldn't be comparing yourself with others, because the only person that you should compare yourself with is your past. Tell yourself, are you proud or not? And if you're not, that's when you can work on with what you want to work on with. Love yourself so much that everything else becomes an embodiment of you. I say this all the time to my friends, to my family, and to myself most importantly. Because if you love yourself so much that everything else becomes an embodiment of you, you wouldn't be thinking about external opinions or factors, because I love myself. I love myself so much that I want to give that love to somebody else. I love myself so much that I'm going to do something nice for a random person. And that's what I love doing. Next is surround yourself with positivity. If you hang yourself with people that are negative, you'll be negative. If you hang with people that are positive, you'll be positive. As simple as that. Next is face it. If you want to have that self-value, that self-respect, you got to face challenges while you're scared. And that would build you that confidence. Saying, oh, I'm going to do this. Even though I'm scared, I'm still going to do it. Scared to talk to that one girl. Scared to join that one club. But you still joined. That would give you that self-respect within yourself. Knowing that you can do things when you say it. And that'll be the end of my Pecha Kucha. I just want to say that love yourself so much that everything else becomes an embodiment of you. Thank you.